Hi, welcome to the channel, Budget Audio Review and Upgrades. Today kind of sidetracked a little bit. One of the reasons I changed the name of the channel really, even though it isn't really audio, it's something over Christmas a lot of people are going to start watching the old Gogglebox, your old TV, and I thought, just going to give a few suggestions how to make your picture a bit better. The reason I'm doing the video, I did have a question about TVs that come up when I've done the bit about connecting an old amplifier to a TV, and a mate of mine just recently bought a new TV, well literally today, and he got in contact with me and asked me an easy way to set it up, because he's not that thingy, but I usually, when he gets one normally I usually shoot around there, but with these restrictions, Christmas, I'm not going around, let's put it that way, so I said a few things over the phone. Then afterwards I thought, well, I could do a video about that maybe, just this is the very last one before Christmas, just to help a few people out hopefully over the Christmas period, just get a bit better picture than they've already got on their TV. It doesn't matter if you've got a cheap TV or a dear TV, this is going to help you out I think. If you've got a new TV or even a 50-year-old TV, it's still going to help you out I think. And I'm almost certain that you're going to get a better picture than what you got now. If you haven't already tinkered around and done a lot of mucking around with the settings, and obviously you took your time and you probably got it to how you want it. But if you've done basically nothing or hardly anything, I think this is really going to help you. What I will say is, before you start this, is make a note of all the settings you've got on your TV. Make a note of them, put the menu up on your picture settings. Make a note, you may have noise reduction turned on, you may have automatic contrast turned on, stuff like that. You just want to turn all them off, but make a note where they are now. So if anything goes wrong, you don't like the picture, you do all this, it takes you 20 minutes or so, and you think, well, that pig ain't got a clue. It's a much worse a picture than what it is. You can put it back to how it was, so you've lost nothing, you know what I mean? It just took you 20 minutes a year of time to have a look basically. Now I just will say you can buy things like this, not expensive, £10, $10 etc. You pop this in your DVD player, goes through a different lot of things, and by then your TV should be nice and pucker. But this only does your DVD player, that's all it'll do. The rest of the channels you're going to watch on, say this is on HDMI 1, your DVD or Blu-ray player, HDMI 2, your Skybox or Virgin Box, HDMI 3, your game console. Even with the same settings, it could be a totally different picture, because all these units give out a different signal. Even though they're all HDMI, the contrast, the brightness, the saturation and the sharpness are all different for each individual unit. So where you're setting up one will be totally different from another. So once you do the thing I'm going to ask you to do, or try out, do it for each individual channel. Don't just do one and say your Skybox and say, well, there's all the numbers, write them all down, and I'll transfer them into channel 2, 3 and 4. It's not going to work. You're going to have to find sources for all the other items. Like, I'm going to ask you to pause a picture on the screen. When you do that, it may be fairly easy with your Skybox, Virgin Box, etc. But it's probably going to be fairly easy with your DVD player. Maybe a bit more awkward with your game console, your video recorder, or any other item you've got plugged into the back of the TV. Maybe just a little bit more awkward. But this is it's a basic, easy thing to try and do, and it does give results. Seriously, it will give you results. So yeah, I think that really covers it. When you do this, when you're looking for these positions, I don't know if I mentioned in the video about doing it from where you're sitting down. That's wrong really. I didn't mean to say that. If I did mention it, I may have not mentioned it, but just in case I did. When you look at this black bar and the turn into grey, you understand what I'm talking about in the video. When I'm stand a couple of feet, don't stand bang on the telly, but stand about a yard or so away from the TV so you can see it, because if you go and sit down where you are, not if you've got unbelievably good eyesight, you're probably not going to pick it up. So yeah, do all the adjustments I'm talking about from about a metre or so away, 3 or 4 foot away, something like that. And once you've done them all, over the course of the next 3 or 4 nights, sit in the position where you normally sit and have a look at the picture. You may just do a slight adjustment. We're going to get it in a ballpark place. You may just do some slight alterations either way, with the lights on, with daylight coming in the house, all that kind of thing. Maybe just a little tinkering around until you get it to exactly how you want it. Okay, that's it. So yeah, this really is the last video before Christmas. I'll probably mention it in the end anyway. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do it, these little video clips, then it's going to come back to me for the final. Okay, we're going to do the brightness, and like I say, we don't want this bar here, any bars in the way are going to slightly affect the picture. So we're going to get that out. With the Skybox, it's nice and easy, just a back on there, but hopefully on the other box. If you've got that, if you can't get rid of it, it's just one of those things. But You want not a fairly bright, not too bright, but a fairly like average picture in the middle. You don't want a dark one really. You want like an average picture, quite colourful if you can as well. Like this is quite a few colours in this. And the bigger the bar here, the better. This is fine. If it was twice as big, it'd be great, it'd be even better. And we're going to go on the brightness now. If we go down to brightness, I'll press the right buttons there, just bear with me, sorry. Brightness. What we're looking for here is, I'll turn it down just to show you. You can see obviously the old pictures coming down, but just concentrate on this black bar. We want this black bar from your sitting position to stay black. So we're going to bring it up, and whether it catches on camera, you're going to get to a stage when that black bar actually now starts to go grey. It started to go grey there. If I just bring it up even more, that black bar is going grey, as you can see. So let's bring that down, and we want it to go black. And it's black now, and we just want to bring it up just so it's grey. Now that's maybe hard to pick out on the camera. That's about there, and actually it's between 47 and 48 on this TV. Oh, sorry, between 48 and 49 on this TV, where it kind of affects that. So we're going 49. Like I say, you can swap channels and do another few bits and pieces, but that seems to be about where I should be on that. So that's our brightness sorted out. Okay, on contrast, you want to get a picture up there as normal, steady. Any menu bars out of the way if you can, because they would interfere with the picture slightly. And on the contrast, we're going to go to our settings here now. Pick a cloud scene if you can. I'll pick cloud, or a scene maybe with a geezer wearing a shirt, someone wearing a shirt or something. Not too close, a little bit away from the camera, but the clouds are really, I find, are really good to do this with. And what we're looking for in the clouds is, if we can keep an eye, it may not show on the camera, this cloud here, we're looking for the definition of the cloud. We're going to focus on this cloud here. You can pick other bits and pieces, but it's a little bit of a trial run, moving the contrast up and down. And it's come off there, so it weren't quick enough, so we'll go back over and we'll go back to contrast. And on the contrast, if you keep an eye on that cloud, you'll see it getting brighter, and it gets to the stage when it starts burning. Hopefully you can start seeing that now, the contrast going up, and that cloud is actually like no definition there at all. It started burning, so we're going to bring it back down. As you can see, we're coming there, it's just started burning there, and the burning's just started to wear off there, and now the picture's started dimming a little bit. So we're just going to go back up just a tad more and looking at it there. I'm probably happy with it there. So yeah, there, obviously we do this on a couple of different scenes, and to try and average it out, take a note of the contrast on 47, and we're going to kind of average it out on a few, like I say, a shirt and other scenes, bits and pieces, other clouds maybe, but I've done it a few times on this TV and it seems to be about 47, 48, so I'm going to stick it on 47, and that's your contrast sorted out hopefully. Okay, we're going to do colour now, or colour saturation. Now this is a bit more difficult, it's going to be quite a few trial and errors on this one, but what we're looking for here, you probably won't be able to see it, is this particular lime or whatever it is there. Also on a lipstick, bright red top, something like that. Try and find a bright red top with a little bit of detail on it, or something like, red's a great colour. That's not too bad here. You may not be able to pick it out, but it's like the veins of the fruit, the veins, and you've got obviously the texture here on these here as well. But like I say, try and pick out some detail, and we're going to do colour. So if I get colour up there, colour saturation, at the moment, where are we? Colour saturation 51. So we're going to bring it down. Let's bring it down a minute, and you can see the veins now, and these are more clearly, hopefully it's showing up on the camera, the actual texture is much more clearer. If you start bringing it up, you'll see, if I go the other way again, you'll see that it start bleeding. It start becoming not so fine detail on it, so to speak. And this here has really just become one blurry colour now. When it's too much, it's just gone. The actual colour of the green or a lime, whatever colour, is actually changed a little, and it's actually blurred. And as we bring it down, the detail slowly comes back into it. It may not be picking up on the camera, but yeah, the detail is coming back into it, and that's what I go by. It's about 28, somewhere around there on this TV for this particular this setup here at the moment. So that's bringing in the colour saturation. It's great on reds, where you want to get the detail on it and not bleed across. Look for anything with slightly very fine lines and detail on it. Pick that, and like adjust it so you can get the detail. And like I say, once you get the TV rolling and running, you can always adjust the colour. You can always bring these settings up just by 1 or 2 notches, just just to tune it right as you like it. But this will put you in the ballpark, so to speak. Okay, sharpness is another tricky one. A little bit tricky, this one. I picked a picture frame here, but because it's kind of got some like light on it, kind of thing, like it's been picked up on the corner, so to speak. The writing may help a little bit as well. As at the moment, the writing is still readable, perfectly readable in the frame. You can see it, but it will. Whether the camera's going to pick this up, but it will start sharpening up, and it kind of get the detail will come into it, and it'll sharpen it up. But what you don't want is to overdo it, that it kind of glows a bit too much. You know what I mean? There's another like white line appearing there that shouldn't be, so to speak. It kind of starts glowing a bit too much, and that may look nice on a still. You may think that's lovely and sharp on a still, but it doesn't really work out when you start watching the TV with the motion and that. It kind of leaves like a very thin, like ready brick, like, you know, glowing kind of around them kind of thing. So you just want to trying to get that right. And on this TV, it's about number 8. That kind of still gives it the detail, but doesn't start introducing that white line, so to speak, around it. Yeah, so just a little bit of mucking around there. You just want to get it so the detail starts appearing. It's not on the blurry side. The detail starts appearing, and then you're in the ballpark place, I think, and just go 1 or 2 either side from that particular position. Right, I don't want to keep the video too long, but you know, that's the order, the things you've got to do. These will be on 4 different inputs. Like I say, if you've got a TV of 4 different inputs, you've got to do this 4 times. So for instance, when you're trying to find them black bars, it may be all right when you've got an advert coming on the TV, and that may be a bit more trickier on your DVD player, so you can put a DVD in that doesn't fill the whole screen, got a black bar at the top, for instance, that kind of thing. Your game console, you may have to try and find a game or get a black screen somewhere in the game, or something like that, to try and tune that in. Maybe a bit harder with games if a game console and that. You may have a black start-up screen or something, or in between loading certain levels, the screen may go black. Obviously, you're not going to have the picture in the middle, but you still get an idea of the black turning into grey, that kind of thing. So that's for all 4 inputs. You're going to have to do these 4 adjustments. Yeah, so like I say, once you've done it, it'll put you in a ballpark figure where everything should be, kind of thing, or, to make the picture hopefully better than what you had before you started. And over a period of the next 2 or 3 nights or whatever, when you're watching the TV, just watch it with lights on, lights off, so to speak. Sit in different positions as you would sit in your house, and you may just have to tweak one of them controls, 1 or 2 either way. And that hopefully, after a little bit of mucking around, a little bit of time involved there, you'll get a really nice picture, and hopefully a better picture than you started off with. So that's it. I hope you didn't mind me putting this video up on this particular channel. Like I say, I just wanted, over Christmas, people to get a really nice picture and enjoy all the films and programmes on over the festive seasons. Okay, that really is my last video until the new year. So until then, happy Christmas, happy New Year, see you soon.